The FBI requested interviews with Democrats who took part in a controversial video. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, November 26th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories.
So they won't fit my uncle.
In a viral video last week, 6 Democratic lawmakers reminded U.S. service members of their duty to disobey unlawful orders. The video appeared related to the Trump administration's deadly military campaign against alleged drug smugglers around Latin America. President Donald Trump reacted to the video, calling them traitors. He called for them to be arrested, saying their actions were seditious and potentially punishable by death. Now, the FBI has requested interviews with the 6 Democrats in the video.
Well, because a lot of
Arizona Senator Mark Kelly was one of them. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth made an unprecedented directive to the Navy this week to review potentially unlawful conduct by Kelly, who is a retired naval officer. Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan spoke about the FBI request yesterday.
To be honest, the president's reaction and the use of the FBI against us is exactly why we made the video. He believes in using the federal government against his perceived adversaries.
The scope of the FBI's inquiry remains uncertain, but it appears to be another example of the Justice Department responding directly to calls from Trump to investigate his political adversaries. President Trump has argued with an architect over the size of his White House ballroom.
It won't be here in time for Christmas.
Trump handpicked James McCreary to oversee the design of his pet project, a 90,000 square foot addition to the White House. But the Post reported this morning that the 2 men are struggling to agree on key details of the ballroom project, namely its size. Trump wants to go big. But McCreary has urged restraint over concerns the ballroom could dwarf the rest of the White House, which is 55,000 square feet. The disagreement reflects a conflict between architectural norms and Trump's grandiose aesthetic. It's a general rule in architecture not to build an addition that could overshadow the main building. Number 3. National parks announced new charges for foreign visitors. Starting next year, an annual pass to national parks will cost non-residents $250. The America the Beautiful Pass will remain $80 for U.S. residents. Non-residents without an annual pass will have to pay an additional $100 surcharge to enter 11 of the most visited places in the national park system. That includes the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, and Yosemite. For permanent residents who are 62 or older, the annual pass is just $20. And if you're in the military or lucky enough to be in 4th grade, it's free. A news release from the Department of the Interior yesterday said the new fee structure puts American families first. But some tourist boards are worried it could lead to fewer international tourists. Officials announced which drugs will get lower Medicare pricing. That's number 4. Yesterday, the Trump administration said it will pay lower prices for 15 prescription drugs for people on Medicare. They include GLP-1 medications, Ozempic and Wegovy, as well as certain cancer and asthma drugs. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services said the new prices would save the government about $12 billion compared to last year's spending. GLP-1 medications are taken by about 16 million Americans, many of whom use them to help lose weight. President Trump has frequently criticized the cost of what he has dubbed the fat drug. He said this month that his administration secured concessions to lower the medication's cost. The new prices under Medicare will take effect in January 2027. Number 5. Founders of Trump's favored nuclear startups are becoming billionaires. Fermi America has not yet built a nuclear reactor, split an atom, or even produced an electron. But the nuclear company does have some things going for it. One of its founders, Rick Perry, was the energy secretary during the president's first term.
They are.
And a few months after the company filed paperwork with regulators to build the Donald J. Trump Advanced Energy and Intelligence Campus, it received plenty of investor cash. Other Trump-connected nuclear firms with untested business plans are also getting big cash injections and winning favor from regulators. Fermi CEO Toby Neugebauer disputed the idea that his business was merely trading on connections. And Energy Department officials said nuclear approvals are subject to rigorous regulatory review.
Those dolls. They're so damn cute.
A lawsuit claims a senior executive at Campbell's made offensive remarks.
That's what I'm going up
number
to get.
6.
Friday.
Martin Bally is a vice president and chief information security officer at the food giant Campbell's.
He's getting the other
He has
one.
been placed on leave following allegations from a former employee, Robert Garza. Garza filed a discrimination lawsuit claiming he was fired after reporting Bally's behavior. The lawsuit alleges that Bally said during a meeting that Campbell's products were for, quote, poor people. Garza's attorney provided the Washington Post with a lengthy recording of a conversation between the two men.
Bought him one of those sliders, those bikes that you drifted with, and you left it out and I ran over it.
Bally also allegedly made disparaging comments about Indian employees. Campbell said in a statement that it was carrying out an investigation. And at number 7, it might horrify you to learn how many times a day you look at your phone. When asked in a survey how many times they pick up their devices each day, most people believed they did so about 10 times. Seems reasonable. The truth, though, is a little more shocking. In one study of younger people, participants checked or unlocked their smartphones between 50 and more than 100 times per day. That's every 10 to 20 minutes on average while awake. Yikes. Both Android and iOS devices allow users to check the number of unlocks in their settings. I dare you to go look. Mine are hovering around 100 daily. Here's why that's bad. Other research shows that glancing at your phone a lot can begin to compromise your cognitive skills, draining focus and memory. Another study found that after just 72 hours without smartphone use, brain activity began to mirror patterns typically seen in substance withdrawal. So let that be your inspiration to resist glancing at your phone today. All right, you're all caught up. The podcast team will be off for the rest of the week. There will be no show tomorrow, and on Friday, we'll be sharing something a little different with you. If you usually listen to us on the Post's app or website, do not panic when you hear a robot read you the day's briefing. The robot has not replaced me, it's just giving me a little break. We will still send our newsletter as usual tomorrow and Friday. So make sure you sign up for the 7 morning briefing. That way, you can be prepared if anybody brings up the news over Thanksgiving dinner. I'm Hannah Jewell. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I'll meet you back here on Monday.